her putting me on child support, hey, like I don't think it's okay. My son has been with me. My son has been more with my mom.
And what is the name of the child in this case, Your Honor? I mean, excuse me, Mr. Ramirez.
Eli Tate Ramirez.
And Mr. Ramirez, who does the child live with?
With both of us at the moment.
Are you all living together?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you mean by both of you? How can
When I was working out of town, I think it started in April. No, I'm sorry, not April. And before April, in February, I left town, and I was coming back and forth every other weekend, and I would get my son, whenever I could. So summer came along, June and July, I would come. I was still coming and going, and we would do. So every weekend that I was here, I would try my best to pick him up, and when I would pick him up. So in between that time, the June and July, those 2 months, my son was, I can maybe for the whole month and a half of the summer, my son was with my. So I would so I in August, in the beginning of August, I was let go from my job, and I've been home ever since. And I've been seeing my son, and 1 week her, 1 week me, 1 week her, 1 week me. And in the week of her week, she will ask for a favor for me to go pick up my son from daycare. Okay, I will. And the moments that, hey, you're done with your job, I have messages, and I'll send her messages. Hey, are you gonna come pick up Eli? And she doesn't respond. Then I don't, there's times where I've picked at her like, hey, this is your week. I don't want to keep bothering you. I don't want to try and argue, but hey, I we abided and we agreed to something of me and you, a 1 week you, 1 week me, So I don't, her putting me on child support, hey, like I don't think it's okay. My my son has been with me. My son has been more with my mom. At the time where she wanted to put me on child
Right.
support.
And do you talk to her quite often?
Whenever she, if she has my son and I ask for my son,
But do you know why she's not here?
Oh, no, ma'am, I do
How
not.
old is your son?
He's 3.
Mr. Feist, I don't know that maybe you need to have her here if it's a 3-year-old child. I think what he's requesting is they split the child you're asking that 1 week on and 1 week off, that you might have had an agreement, right?
That's what we agreed to. And also when so her schedule, I don't think it's fit for my child either, for her job.
Yeah, Mr. Feist, I don't know that maybe you need to have her here if it seems like it's going to be that kind of a visitation.
Okay, I was going to get into it, but he did agree to, certain things.
I'll leave it up to
But-
you. It's a 3-year-old child. He's asking for 1 week on, 1 week off.
Okay.
Or and with the child support, I don't think it's much fair when her schedule doesn't fit my son. My son's at daycare until.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, what are you requesting as far as like conservatorship? The presumption of the law is that joint managing conservatorship is in the best interest of the child.
Yes.
Is that what you're requesting?
Yeah, I'm not requesting. I don't want to request. Hey, I want her to sign over my son to me. If it, I don't want to take it to that extent, but if we can do a 50-50, I'm okay with that.
Okay, well then she will have to reset this because.
Well, what we could do, Mr. Ramirez, is who is your son with right now? With you?
See, that's the thing that I don't know. I don't know if he's at daycare or he's with her.
Yeah, no, we need to reset it, Mr. Feist. We can reach out to her. They can reach out to her and have her here, Mr. Ramirez, and then have a hearing, okay?
I really appreciate that.
But what we'll do is we can come back on November the 14th, okay?
Thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate it.
All right, we'll come back on November the 14th. It'll be the same time, same Zoom code, okay?
Thank you, miss.
All right.